luck at the MOTORFEST.
What the fuck, bro? I already fucking did this. I don't know why I had to keep downloading this shit. Alright, dashboard. Uh, I'm not gonna keep downloading this shit, bro, when I already got to fucking download it. All right, I gotta do some research real quick because I'm live here. I just gotta hold on, y'all. Oh shit. Okay.
Bottom left hand side, you're going to go ahead and select settings. So the first, so on the left hand side, you're going to select stream, and then it's going to go ahead and say stream type. You want to make sure you have streaming services, and then you're going to come to where it says service. You're going to select YouTube RTMPS, and then that's going to go ahead and say primary YouTube.
What the fuck are my settings? How come I ain't got no fucking setting menu on here? Let's check out the things and overlay. Let's pick one real quick. Where's one that I like? All right, I got that there. All right, why the fuck can't I go live, bro? Like this is pissing me off. Dude, I just want to fucking go live. That's what dude was talking about. Like this shit ain't working.
And just in this video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and stream to YouTube utilizing Streamlabs. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up Streamlabs desktop. If you don't have Streamlabs desktop, it's completely free. I'll put a link in the description for you to be able to go ahead and download it. Once you have it downloaded, you're going to come here to the bottom left-hand side.
You're saying I
You're going
gotta.
to go ahead and select settings. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect YouTube to Streamlabs before we can go ahead and begin streaming. So on the left-hand side, you're going to select stream, and then it's going to go ahead
What
and
was
say
it?
stream to utilizing Streamlabs. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up Streamlabs desktop. If you don't have Streamlabs desktop, it's completely free. I'll put a link in the description for you to be able to go ahead and download it. Once you have it,
You motherfucker. Ah, bitch. Fuck, I can't even use that shit. American is RBS. I want to fucking join the community. So this shit is for fucking Windows. I'm pissed. Y'all just spent that fucking money.
show you how you can get Streamlabs OBS on a Chromebook. So, without further ado, let's do this. Now, first one is you go on Streamlabs OBS. Just go to streamlabs.com. And go to right here. Now, click the install button.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way.
Cat link as well. Just to prove that it works, I'm going to do a test subscriber. There it is. One more thing here we don't want to forget to add is our microphone audio source. For a good while, I had so many of you guys hitting me up asking me, is it possible to stream on a Chromebook? Or I have a Chromebook, how do I stream and record gameplay on it? Chromebooks run off the operating system Chrome OS, which is built within the Linux environment primarily for a browser-based user experience. But this can come along with its own set of challenges, especially when trying to get compatible software to work with the Chromebook computer. That's why it can be hard to stream and record gameplay off of these devices. So for this video, I decided to pick up the Acer Chromebook 516GE laptop. And what if I told you that you could use a Chromebook with the capture card, without a capture card, and maybe even with OBS? Let's find out.
Alright, I'm not getting this shit.
For the first test, I wanted to make it easy by just seeing if we could screen record on the Chromebook. By installing the screen record Chrome extension, I was able to record my desktop and the system audio along with my microphone. Wasn't so crazy that it saved in a WebM format, but for a good while, I had so many of you guys hitting me up asking me, is it possible to stream on a Chromebook? Or I have a Chromebook, how do I stream and record gameplay on it? Chromebooks run off the operating system Chrome OS, which is built within the Linux environment primarily for a browser-based user experience. But this can come along with its own set of challenges, especially when trying to get compatible software to work with the Chromebook computer. That's why it can be hard to stream and record gameplay off of these devices. So for this video, I decided to pick up the Acer Chromebook 516GE laptop. And what if I told you that you could use a Chromebook with the capture card, without a capture card, and maybe even with OBS? Let's find out. For the first test, I wanted to make it easy by just seeing if we could screen record on the Chromebook. By installing the screen recorder Chrome extension, I was able To record my desktop and the system audio along with my microphone. Wasn't so crazy that it saved in the WebM format, but this passed the test. But what if we want to record our PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch gameplay with a capture card? If you search and open up the camera app within your Chrome OS menu, this will allow you to select your capture card as the video input device. From here, you can go ahead and select the record icon, and your gameplay will be recorded along with its audio if you have the audio coming over HDMI. But what if you want to stream your gameplay? On YouTube, you can set up a live stream for just using your webcam device, and when you do that, you'll have an option to select your capture card as the video input source. The problem with this is that there's no way to flip your gameplay around. So depending on what you're playing, those will probably look weird to most of your viewers. And you're also stuck choosing between your microphone audio or your gameplay audio, which is just not ideal. So to find a way to solve this problem, I reached out to the folks at Go Lightstream to see if their software could be the solution. If you're sitting there wondering what the heck is Lightstream, it's a browser-based live streaming tool powered by the cloud that allows content creators to stream podcasts and games with a face cam to places like Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Kick, and more. Is it free? I wish, but I think you'll come to find why their services are priced the way that they are once I show you everything that this tool can do. If you have a subscription plan with Lightstream, there's a couple different ways you can capture your gameplay with the Facecam for live streaming. One of the first things you can do is go over to the left-hand side and select where it says My Project, and then choose New. Based on your subscription plan, you can either create a new gamer project or a new creator project. In this case, we're going to go with Creator Project. Give your project a name, and then you can set the highest resolution that you have available to you. Now that I'm in my project, the first thing I'm going to do is add a new layer. So I'm going to select this plus button, and then I'm going to go down to Screen Share. From here, I can choose either the tab, the window, or the entire screen to record for my gameplay. But now what if I want to use my capture card with Lightstream? Within your layers option, you want to select the camera source. You're going to see your webcam, and then you're also going to see the capture card that's plugged into your computer. I'm going to go ahead and select the capture card, and then I'm just going to take the edges of this and just blow it on out so that it's flush with the entire screen. This gameplay that we just added is going to come along with its own audio source. So on the left-hand side at the bottom here, you're going to see a section where it says Audio Mixer. Now I have to add my face cam to the mix as well here, so I'm going to press the plus button again. We're going to select the camera capture source, and then we're going to select our front camera or whatever camera that you have plugged into your computer. And after you do that, you'll have this box come up. It may be behind the first source that you put in to your project. So you're just going to go over to the left-hand side, grab that camera source, and then bring it on up to the top. And now I see myself, and I can just shrink this in, rearrange it with the corners, put it to a nice spot within the project scene here that I like. If you guys want to add any graphic overlays or still images for your Facecam border or different components of your stream, just go back to the add layers option, and within here you can either go with an image or a video clip. Other types of overlays that are a must-have on your stream that Lightstream actually directly supports are Streamlabs alerts and the Streamlabs chat feature. So what we can do back in our layers option is go down to third-party integrations. And here you're going to see a whole bunch of options available to you. We want to go with the Streamlabs option. Stream Elements is also really good as well. But in this case, for the example, we're going to go ahead and select Streamlabs. And then within that URL box, you're going to want to add in your Streamlabs alert link. And if you want to add in the chat feature as well, just add another one of these Streamlabs alerts layers and then add in your chat link as well. Just to prove that it works, I'm going to do a test subscribe.
Unlock your 3.35% APY with Robinhood Gold. Start earning with gold today.
Kayla just discovered that on Vinted, she can easily earn extra cash. All she has to do is list and sell what she doesn't wear anymore.
There it is. One more thing here we don't want to forget to add is our microphone audio source. You're going to want to add that by going to your layers options again. And this time we're going to go to the audio source option. Select that. And then based on this list of audio input options, choose your microphone. At this point, this project is ready for live streaming. So all we need to do is go to the right-hand side, select the drop down where you'll see your account name or your name, And this is where you can set where you want to go live to. So I'm signed in with my YouTube account, so that's what I have selected here. But you can also add Twitch, Facebook, or even a custom RTMP source if you have the URL and stream key as additional destinations. Once you have those set up, you can select that destination that you want to stream to and then go over to the right-hand side and select Go Live. On the right-hand side, you can see your stream output. You can see your chat below that. You can even chat while you're in the chat. Now, I didn't want to neglect the gamer project that you can also have as a part of Lightstream. If
Right,
you use
bro.
this
This
type of
shit ain't
project, you can
helping
add
me.
your and then go live. That will push your stream to Lightstream, which will then push it to Twitch with all of the graphic overlays, face cam, all that stuff that we just added. On the Xbox side, you're going to want to sign into your Twitch account that's associated with Ground Control Caster. There was nothing. But wait, a backdoor way of putting OBS Studio on a Chromebook, you're going to void your warranty and you could potentially damage the hardware that's on the machine. So don't do it. It's not for ordinary people. I don't recommend it. So we click on that, and this is the error message that we get. OBS appears to be running inside a Chrome OS container. This platform is unsupported. What does this mean? Well, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Chrome OS is a part of Linux OS. So OBS Studio is not built in such a way that it has all the features and functions available to it just with Chrome OS. It needs all of the features that Linux OS has to be able to function fully. And if you do end up going a backdoor way of putting OBS, then you can set screen record on the Chromebook. By installing the Screen Recorder Chrome extension,
I love the form factor of these small Chromebooks, but Chrome OS isn't my thing. Luckily, it doesn't have to be. Greetings and welcome to another thrilling episode of Veronica Explains. I'm Veronica, and today I'm going to show you how I upgraded these two Chromebooks from the stock firmware and Chrome OS to open firmware via Coreboot and whatever Linux distribution I like. Now, I can already hear the comments. But Veronica, did you know you can run some Linux apps from inside Chrome OS? Of course I knew that, but that's not the point. I'm a Linux user, and I like running a familiar Linux distribution, not just parts of one. That's my choice, and I made it. While trying to figure out how to install Linux on a Chromebook, all I was finding via web search was very old articles explaining how to enable developer mode, which I've found is a less than ideal experience. But much like the Asahi Linux project, which aims to bring Linux to the newer Apple Silicon Macs, there's a whole community of Chromebook enthusiasts with the
How to set up Linux on a Chromebook. Welcome to another Geeks and Gadgets Chromebook tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Linux on your Chromebook so you can install and then use Linux apps on your Chromebook. So this can include anything from Firefox, OBS Studio, Minecraft, or even Steam. So installing Linux on your Chromebook is very easy, and if your Chromebook is compatible with it, then all we have to do is simply enable Linux on your Chromebook and you can start using it. Check the description. I'll have several tutorials down there that will improve your Linux experience on your Chromebook, including allow Linux apps to record your microphone if you're going to be using Audacity, or even allowing Linux to use the GPU on your Chromebook if you're going to be gaming. All right, so to get started, the first thing we need to do is simply go down and select the clock in the bottom right, and then go up and select the gear for settings. This will open up the settings on our Chromebook, and once you're here in the search box, just search Linux, Linux, and select the first option. Once you select it, it should come up with developers right here, and you should see Linux development environment. If you cannot see this, that means that unfortunately your Chromebook is not compatible with Linux, so you will not be able to follow the rest of this tutorial. From here, simply go to the right and select Turn On, and then we can go through some very easy steps to set up Linux on our Chromebook. Select Next. Then on the screen, we simply select the username. This doesn't really matter, so you can leave it default, and then the disk. Your Chromebook is not compatible with Linux, so you will not be able to follow the rest of this tutorial. From here, simply go to the right and select Turn On. And then we can go through some very easy steps to set up Linux on our Chromebook. Select Next. Then on the screen, we simply select the username. This doesn't really matter, so you can leave it default. And then the disk size. I'm going to be using the recommended size, but you can select custom, make it larger if you have available space so you can install more Linux apps. You can always change this later. Once you're ready, go ahead and select install, and then give it a couple minutes, and it will install Linux on your Chromebook. Once you see the terminal open there, that means you've set up Linux on your Chromebook and you can now start using it. So now you can close the terminal and your settings, and Linux is now installed. If you ever need to access the terminal again, probably to install something, all you need to do is go down to the launcher, select the arrow right here, and then you'll see Linux apps. And this is also where all of your Linux apps will be located so you can open them up. All right, so that's how you set up Linux on a Chromebook. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like to see more Chromebook tips and tutorials, check the links in the description. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel, Gauging Gadgets, for more gadget reviews and tech tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.